All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. That's an Ace of Cups. That's my pre-shuffle. And underneath that is healing, an Ace of Cups. This is Jupiter in Leo. I like Jupiter in Leo. It's one of my favorite times. I count back in 12-year intervals, right? Summer of 14, right? Summer of 2002. Hell, I got married when Jupiter was in Leo. So, I mean, it's all shit always happens. We do crazy things, right? Unreal. My wife actually at that time talked me into being on a game show as well. That's just like something I would never do. Talk me into it. It's that kind of thing. People might talk you into things that you would never do. Crazy shit, right? Crazy shit. I don't know. Whatever the case here, as far as the soulmate cycle goes, we got some DMs that are afraid to be vulnerable that might be okay with it during this. Somebody's going to have to admit their mistakes, okay? Somebody's going to have to admit their mistakes, all right? And before you start looking for game shows that I'm on, we didn't actually end up doing it. But boy, they loved us in the damn rehearsal tryout where they try you out. They were calling us like 3, 4, 5 times. I had Steve Humor going, all that kind of stuff. But we didn't want to go on because it was a show called Supermarket Sweep. And we didn't want to go on. So the auditions were over at NBC. We didn't want to go on because usually you go on and you win $5,000 if you find the thing, right? On one show. They had switched their format. I guess they lost their funding or something. And you had to be on 5 shows. You had to win 5 shows just to get any money. And I'm like, fuck that. I got a life. I got shit I got to be doing, So we didn't bother. But boy, did they love us. Oh, God. Ace of Cups. That's funny. But again, it's out of character for me to do something like that. You might act out of character with Jupiter and Leo. You might. Somebody else is. I've got somebody here determined from a higher power, I think, to heal a connection with you, to start over. How do I know this is a connection with you? Because they finally want to give to it and they realize that you already have and there you are. Right? I've also got somebody who's feeling, if I take the energy here and I flip it, they're feeling a lot more than they normally would. They are. It's what they're doing. Let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. The first card out before the cut is why the fuck are we here? All right. Let's see where we go. We're here because of lies. Or lies. The 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. We're here because somebody knows they're full of shit. Everybody's... It's my sneaky deaky away card. People try to sneak away from it, hide it. It's the energy of the child that steals a cookie from the cookie jar and then moves the cookies around so it doesn't look like they did. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of that. Now we got the balls to just say, you know what? I took a cookie. Okay. It's fine. Somebody here's had their eye on you the whole time. Okay? This is going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, straight up. Jupiter and Leo, with the soulmate cycle energy being Cancerian, and the Leo soap opera being such a dominant energy in this, and the Cancerian angle on the cycle too. But if you're part of the Leo soap opera, this is your jam. I mean, this is going to be your shit. Whether you have a super fuckwit attached to a super fuckwit or not in the Leo soap opera, this is your shit. And am I right? Am I right? I took a chance. You know I did. Oh, he could have gotten egg on his face if something else came up. No. The Knight of Cups. Somebody's been watching you the whole time. They've been sneaking away, pretending they're not there, pretending they don't care. Ooh, I don't care. Right? They're going to act out of character. This is a very out of character Knight of Cups. Oh, all right. I'm going to shuffle the deck. We're going to pull a reading. Leave now if your stomach is weak. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Cherry, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. Whenever you find it, you find it. If you're finding it now, it might be future influence for you. It's something you need to know, and it's good to know shit in advance, isn't it? Right? Okay, well, you're getting a heads up. All right, there you go. Wish somebody told me in advance we changed our format. They wait until they accept you for the show before they tell you they changed their format. Fuckers, right? So there is a whole lot of 7 of Swords energy. It's getting real. People who are afraid to be vulnerable which can include out in public people who are afraid of your response, right? Hide things from you, especially when Jupiter's in Cancer. It's a very sensitive sign. It's ties with the get real full moon, the Capricorn moon. I got something in the email this morning. It's kind of funny. It's happened before. I get these newsletters from this astrology site, and they give the months a title. I don't know if they're ripping me off or what, but I called July Chasing the Dragon. You might know if you read my blog. They called it Riding the Dragon. I don't know if they're reading my blog or not. Theirs just came out today, and mine's been up for a while. I wrote that in the middle of the month, so I don't know. But it just feels like, you know what, if you're going to run an astrology site, get your own shit. Okay, but either that or we both theme the month Dragon. But the titles overlap a bit too much for my liking. I'm just going to say that. All right? Get your own ideas. All right, here we go. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Why? Overall energy of the Knight of Wands. Yeah. Moving forward. Somebody's facing the music. You heard that saying? Face the music. Somebody's I'm just going, fuck it. I'm doing it. This is my risky business energy. Sometimes you just got to say what the fuck, right? Sometimes you just got to say what the fuck. Somebody is getting victory. They want transformation, but I think they do it in sort of a close your eyes and take the leap sort of a thing. I didn't get a fool here for a leap of faith. I don't think they have any faith. I just think they have, well, you've heard of blind faith. You've heard of that, not the band, but I mean the saying, right? Blind faith. Well, this is blind courage. All right, it's blind courage. There you go. That's what we'll call it. All right, here we go. I'm going to do a pyramid here. Am I? Yeah, I think for the Jupiter, I'm going to do a pyramid with a separate on your cycle. I think that's a better read. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to clarify with the witches. Randomly at the bottom is an emperor. So we're talking about a DM here at a very high level one. Okay, high level. All right. All right, so let's go. Let's see where we go. This is how they feel about you. This is what they think of you. Or how they see you, right? 3D energy here, 5D energy here. This is the potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I can't predict free will. Nobody can. Especially if you're at the Leo soap opera and you'll watch it. I'll tell you what, that person, they getting close though. I'll tell you. I pulled a fun little offline read the other night. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one. Let's do it. You ready? Let's go. Come on. No more fucking around. I got to get my Knight of Wands out of here. Yeah. Blind courage. I love it. All right. Never heard of that band. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. 3 of Pentacles. The Star. And the World. Those are pretty big cards. What's with the World lately, right? Are you getting the feeling that shit's about to get real, deep, change? I mean, the World's been coming out a lot. I mean, even with the Get Real Moon that we just had the other day, I pulled on Sunday, right? This is the most powerful card I could pull. This is how they feel about you. Somebody, this person, remember the 7 of Swords that was there? Right, and I said they try to sneak away. This card crosses that. So the environmental energy now is they're coming right for you. And we know that because the Knight of Cups came after it. Right, so they're not trying to sneak away this time. But I'm going to tell you, this person has always, I'm going to say always, even probably before they met you, because you have a connection. But let's just not put too much hocus pocus on it and say this person has always wanted a partnership with you, wanted anything, friends, anything. I feel it. I feel it. I think they're ready to come get it. We're going to learn a lot when we clarify this reading. These are big cards. But they've been manifesting this. It's a bit of a butt dial manifest, though. They didn't mean to call you, right? They didn't mean to call the universe. It's like they call the universe's number, but they don't know. When they sat down, right, they dialed the number, and they don't know, and then they just start talking. And the universe is listening. And it's like, okay. It's like how the universe listens when I shuffle. Right? I sometimes say I talked while I was shuffling. Here we go. I talk about the reading so it knows what I want. Right? It's that kind of a thing. It's not really intentional manifesting as much as it is conversational manifesting. How do they see you? Knight of Pentacles. That's an interesting energy. Didn't that come out somewhere? Weren't you the deer in the headlights in a recent reading? Or did I dream that? I might have dreamt it. I don't know. And the barn owl, the Page of Swords. This person sees... I'm going to take it from their side first. I'll flip it. I'll tell you what they think you think in a minute. But when they think that they got to do it now. They've got to do it now. And they're worried that you know that they've been spying. I don't know why they're so worried about that. Or I could phrase it because of the Seven of Swords here. They think that you know they've been lying, right? So they're waiting for the right moment. Right? But if I flip that, and I kind of gave it to you, what they think you think. As far as about them, this person has something to prove in regards to you. Or at least that's how they feel, or what they think. All right? They feel like you're disappointed in them. They feel like you think they do nothing. You feel like they think you think that they're all talk. Okay? All talk and no action. This might as well be a Two of Wands. Okay? But it's not. It's bigger than that. It's a Knight of Pentacles who just could be going a lot faster and just isn't. What's the potential final outcome for you? Now, what's interesting about this is it's red with the star. I'm going to take a peek. I love it. It's the Eight of Cups. I like that. It's a small card, though. I wanted something bigger there. Well, it doesn't really need to be because that's a big card. This person, whoever, I'll take it from you because it's your final outcome. This person is you tried to manifest something with this person a long time ago, whoever they are. When we get a soulmate cycle that's Cancerian themed, and Jupiter, which governs it, as I wrote about in my article explaining the soulmate cycle in my blog, which a lot of people have read. I'm actually pleased with the views on that. It's actually nice because it's helpful to understand at least my point of view of what's going on. But it's got 40 plus years of research behind it and tracking from a guy who's just anal about studying and tracking things. You know, I mean, when I study something, I really study it. You know, I just proved an avian expert wrong and made him knock $50 off our bill because he felt so bad that I made him look like an idiot. And that's the truth. That's, you know, because when I study something, I really study it. So again, read my article. The research, I gave it to you in a simplified way. The research is valid. Jupiter governs it. Keeping it simple, Jupiter governs the soulmate cycle. They usually start around the time it ends, around the time it hits Capricorn, give or take. And they flow through, and et cetera, et cetera. This is and the theme energy is set by the North Node, but where the North Node is at the time when Jupiter hits Capricorn. But my point is, this is a Cancerian-themed soulmate cycle. So when it moves into Leo, you're all honorary Cancerians here. So you got a little more balls. I think this is an old manifestation that when that Leo energy hits you, you might be like, yeah, well, I gave up on this a while ago. You might blow this off is what I'm saying. You might blow this person. This might be the Jupiter transit where whoever this older, high-level, it's a high level, it's an emperor, high level soulmate is, you may tell them to fuck off. You may say, you know what, you're 8 broken cups. I gave up on this a long time ago. What are you doing here? Right? Whether you're with somebody or not, you may get lippy. And I want you to be careful about that. If you don't mind that, that's fine. I've warned you about it before. I think it was in in one of the extendeds, maybe. Unless I dreamt it. I don't know. I may have dreamt this whole channel. For all I know, it doesn't exist. I have no idea. I spend most of my time in the 5D, you know, so I have no idea. But either way, assuming this channel is real in the 3D, and I am here, I feel like you've Jupiter moving into Leo, all of my DFs in the soulmate cycle are going to grow a pair. My DFs, my Empress, are not only going to be the best hits in the tarot, right? They're going to have the biggest dangling nutsack as well. I mean, it's just unreal. I think you're going to tell them to fuck off. I think you might. If you want to do that, that's fine. But be careful. That fire, right? And you might be dramatic about it. Leo energy makes you want to get noticed, right? Talk about Leo energy all the time. I had that roommate that had all that Leo energy in him. His chart was Leo after Leo after Leo. I had to pretend I didn't have the rent every once in a while just to stroke his Lego, I used to call it. Actually, I did. I used to call it his Lego. Not ego, Lego, But he was, you hear people that are triple Leos or whatever. I mean, he must have been born on the sun. It was crazy, right? Where were you born? A hospital, North Sun or something like that? What the fuck? All right, let's go with the star. Let's clarify. So you might be a little dramatic about it. This is the kind of energy where you might chase them down the street with a frying pan, metaphorically or otherwise. All right, here we go. Do it in your underwear, though. It makes a better story for the police blotter. Okay? It does. Entertain the police. They got such a hard job. Give them something to laugh about. Okay, here we go. It's the star. It's crossed by the Two of Pentacles. I said this is an old manifestation. It's already been fulfilled. These two fell on the floor just like that. I'm going to put them just like that. They are the two cards that go there. All right, so let's talk about this. It's just there. The universe already fulfilled this manifestation for this person. They just never did anything. They were too afraid to speak up. Are they going to now? Yeah, they're going to show up small and communicate. I got an 8 of Wands. Sure, of course they are. Are they scared? Sure. They were scared. The manifestation's already come. It's been sitting around, right? It's like those, and they were too afraid to do anything about it because this person's very worried about the unknown and very worried about what other people think of them. But this energy, if you want a taste of it, it's not really frustration in this case. It's like that. You ever go to like those chicken restaurants and they keep the chicken warm under a hot lamp, right? And you get there late in the day and the chicken's been there for like 5 hours under the hot lamp and it's like that. It's like food. It's like mall food that's been kept warm. I don't know how else to put it. It's just got this taste like you made this morning, right? It's a bit of that. It's been around a while. You can still eat it, but I'm not sure you want to. You got fresh chicken. I don't know. Let's pull on the Three of Pentacles. It's a good analogy, actually. It is. I remember we lived up in New England for a little while. I always liked New England stories. I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't like living there. I don't know. But there was this place, when I mentioned that chicken, there was this place that was there. I don't know if it still exists. It was called Jim Dandy Chicken. Jim Dandy, right? And it was always the heat lamp chicken. Always. It was like, oh my God, can't you just make me some now? Three of Pentacles. Why is it here? I remember that place. Look at him. Three of Pentacles. Why is it here? It is, I will say, New England is the best place to live in the fall. It is phenomenal. I love the fall there. It's terrific. Especially, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. So, it is Halloween. It really is. It's great. After that, it gets cold and icy, and no thank you. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands crossing this. This person's felt, I don't even want to take this into the 3D, but I'm going to phrase it this way, even though I'm supposed to be talking about feelings. Okay, so in their feelings, they thought about calling you a million times. They thought about calling, but they're too afraid of the unknown. They're too afraid what other people think of them, right? They're too afraid to make you fresh chicken, right? This is what I suspect about Jim Dandy. I think they were too afraid to make me fresh chicken. Why? Because if you make me fresh chicken and I don't like it, that's on you. Right? If I get chicken that's been under the heat lamp for 5 hours and I don't like it, you could just say, well, yeah, we made it earlier. Sorry about that, but we have a policy. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift? Okay? It's a bit of that. All right. I'm on to you, Jim Dan. I got you. All right. I don't even know if they still exist. Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. If they do still exist, I remember I used to like the paper hats. Okay, they were nice that the employees wore. Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I mean, somebody was just too chicken to do it. Thought about calling you a million times and then shut it down real quick. I need to pull a bridge here. There's one more little spot. You remember, this is just their feelings. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. again, we got lies here, and I don't want to repeat myself, but this is a common mainstay in this cycle where somebody's lied about their life in some way. Something about their existence is a lie, and it eats at them in the pit of their stomach. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I don't know what it is. It could be something minor. It doesn't matter. Even if it's a small lie, like if you got, somebody hasn't been to your house and you tell them all about your terrific this or that, or your great cooking set or your huge kitchen, and you don't have any of that, and they show up. I mean, it's not a major deal that you lied about that, but it sort of taints the whole thing, right? It puts a stain on it, you know. You said you had calf-along. This is laugh-along. This ain't, what is this? This is $25 for a 110 set piece. You know, I mean, it's a bit of that, right? It's something that minor, but it eats at them. All right, let's talk about the world. Let's talk about the world. Let's do it. Give me the world. Let's see where we go. The world. Most powerful card I could pull. They feel like they're ready to change. This person's like, I don't know, rising up. It's like think of like the Rocky training montage, right, where he runs up the stairs and shit, and he's punching stuff, and he's chasing chickens around. We had a real chicken theme going here today. I should have chicken later. The world. This person's like that here. They've got themselves into shape or something. I don't know. But Jupiter and Leo will do that. Jupiter is dynamic all by itself. It's big. It gets noticed. You can't miss it. Any kid who gets a telescope for the first time, they either look at the moon, but the easiest planet to look at out deep is either Saturn or Jupiter, the two biggest ones. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Jupiter's red dot in my little cheap-ass telescope I got for Christmas once. I was blown away, you know. It's there. You just know it's there. This person is like that. They're being a little flamboyant in this energy. The Six of Swords. They feel like it'll go their way. They have this feeling that everything will go their way. It could be wrong. It could be real. Either way, that's the feeling. All right. What's on top? They got some Lego. Okay, we can put it that way. Eight of Cups. There's the Eight of Cups. There's the Eight of Cups. I don't think they care. Yeah, they don't care. Page of Wands. They don't care. They got a feeling everything's going to go their way. They don't give two shits what you have to say about, well, I don't want this anymore. Remember, it's not just you that's in this Leo energy. Yeah, my DFs grow a set of balls. No doubt about it. You'll be like, what the hell are those? What do I do with those? Right? If you've never had them before, it could be something very interesting. Kind of a Freaky Friday thing a little bit. But, yes, but also the DMs in this cycle grow a bigger set of what they already had. Or they get a second set, one or the other. Or the set that they have that was broken now works. So we have a clash. We have the Juggernaut meeting the Hulk, okay, a little bit here. So it's not like one side is that much stronger than the other, per se. Although Juggernaut did admit that the Hulk was stronger. Just for the record, just pointing that out. Okay, here we go for my comic book fans out there. Okay, so let's go with what they think about you. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Let's see where we go. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Let's talk about it. Let me move that. All right. We don't need any more microphone accidents today. Shh. All right. So, I just want to pull on this clean. I've already given you what these two cards mean. I'm just going to pull on the energy separately and see what they tell me. So right now, we're basically in 3D energy and we're pulling on a Knight of Pentacles. And yes, I haven't forgotten. I'm going to pull on your connection. I'll pull a separate card in a bit from a separate deck. All right? We're getting there. Let's see where we go. It's crossed by the High Priestess. There's something you don't know. It's what I said over here about their kitchen. Remember? They said they had Calphalon kitchen. Said it's not. It's not. Right? But it is minor. But it's a big deal to them. It eats at them. There's a secret they're keeping from you. Okay? And they're afraid you find out. Usually when people do that, we project onto another person. So if somebody calls you a liar, they probably lie a lot themselves. right? Liars love to call other people liars because it gets the attention off of their lies. That kind of a thing. So somebody here is assuming that you keep secrets too, probably to make themselves feel better. Because they feel pretty small, because they know if you come over their house, you're going to see that they don't have a Calphalon kitchen set. They don't at all. It's crap. In fact, their kitchen set's made of plastic. You can really only cook on it once. And once, it's not real good. The food, it's a little plasticky. What's on top here? You can't even really. Once it heats up, that's it. Six of Pentacles, why is that here? And the King of Cups, give me a bridge. And the Six of Swords again, which was over here. It makes this person feel better to think that you're keeping secrets too, that you guys are on the same page, that you're even. I will say with the King of Cups, as I don't want to repeat myself taking it from their angle, I'll take it from your side or a little bit. I think you feel like this person withheld a lot of love from you. Like, in other words, they were real stingy with the cup. They know that. They're very disappointed in themselves about that. What's underneath this? Yeah. See, they want to flip it around. It's what I said. I wanted to check my read. The High Priestess, right? Keeping secrets. The wheel flips everything, and that's what's underneath it. So again, they want to flip it. It's a blame shift. You understand? Okay. Let's pull on disappointment here. Little barn owl. And I do want to point out to any barn owls watching, because I know there's a few people over in England where they keep owls as pets. And I know you watch with your owls. And if there's any barn owls watching me, I know the snowy owl, since Harry Potter is everybody wants a snowy owl. That's a little big to take care of, but okay. If there's any barn owls watching me, you're not disappointed. You're a terrific little owl, I will tell you. Okay. It's fine. Here we go. Let's see where we're at. It is. It's funny. There are people who watch with their owls. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. All right, here we go. Page of Swords. All right. Let's go. Why is this Page of Swords here? Just separating the energy. All right, just the way I did it here. These are separate issues. We're not going to talk about the same thing. It's crossed by the Four of Cups. This person is embarrassed. They think you think they're a fool. They think you think they're a chicken. They think you think they're tiny. They're small. They're a chicken shit, right? Tiny little person. Tiny little wiener. I don't know. What's on top? You didn't do anything. You sat next to them. You had a chance to make a move, and you didn't. It is that kind of thing. But they also, there is this energy where they don't care if you're not interested. This person thinks that you think that you guys are soulmates. So because of that, the connection is eternal. They may have even researched it a little bit. That said, this person probably did a little research on soulmates. Hey, it's an eternal connection. I can't really fuck this up. It's kind of half-assed research there. But they think that you think that they're soulmates, so you'll always keep giving them chances, right? That's basically what they think when I pair that with the Four of Cups. Why is that here? Seven of Cups. Mm-hmm. What did I just say? I don't know why I'm your second favorite. What did I just say? It doesn't matter what I do. We soulmates. They're going to give me another chance and another chance and another chance. Okay. I don't think you are. I think you're in fuck off mode. And I'm with you a little bit. But don't go overboard. Make sure that's the mode you want to be in. You understand? All right. All right. Eight of Cups. I don't want to hear anybody crying to me. Oh, Steve, I didn't listen to you. Oh, what else is new? Okay. All right. Eight of Cups. You should just come into the 3D and join the rest of my friends. Knock yourself. I like to think that more people online listen to me than offline, and then at least I don't have to. But offline, I have to deal with the fallout of them not listening to me a lot more. All right, Eight of Cups. I'm just warning. It's like my energy weather updates. I'm just warning you about the environmental energies. I'm giving you 9 times out of 10 a heads up of what they are. That's it. There's no predictions in there. There's no anything. It's just this is the energy. You can't dictate whether it comes in or not. Here's some suggestions on how you might best utilize it. That's all. It's probably the most useful reading I pull, I think. Except for this one. This one's fun. All right. We had chicken. We got barn owls watching. It's terrific. All right. All right. I don't know why somebody named their barn owl Chester. Why did you name him I don't even want to know. Don't even fucking tell me. Chester the barn owl? It's crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. This is something you waited for a long time. Why are you dismissing it? Ask yourself that before you dismiss it. I'm not saying you will. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just your final outcome. This is actually a good thing, them showing up. Now, I could read it another way. You might say, well, Steve, yeah, but that's the environmental energy around this. You might say me walking away is a good thing. Well, this is the environmental energy, right? You might think that's a good thing. It's going to make you feel like that's a good thing to walk away. Whether it is or isn't is subjective, okay? All right, I'm just saying. Careful about reading my readings for me, okay? I read energy, not cards, all right? All right, I don't give a fuck about the cards. I don't even fucking need them. But, you know, whatever. Three of Cups. Without them, people, the readings don't have the impact. Without them. They really don't. Anyway, Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. I need a fucking bridge. And the World. I knew it. How many times are we going to see the World, the most powerful card? We got it twice in the reading. It's been coming up. We talked about it earlier. Let's talk about these in a minute. Here we go. The World. This person doesn't care. They got the Eight of Cups on top of the World. You got the World on top of the Eight of Cups. You understand what I'm saying? It's the Hulk meets the Juggernaut. They don't care if you're not interested. You're both going to throw a punch at the same time, and they're going to meet in the middle. All right? Make sure it's what you want to do. All right? You're going to butt heads here a little bit. They feel like they need to come in and do something radical. You feel like, where the hell were you? Right? They also feel like, well, you think it's soulmate, so you're always going to keep giving me chances. So even if they walk away, they'll be back again. Probably. Unless you hit them with a hammer really hard. Not literally. That's illegal. Although it might be tempting for a few of you. At any rate, these cards here, why is the Eight of Cups here, the Three of Cups? It's what I said. This is something you've wanted. It actually, we had this come up once before. It may have been the Mercury retrograde reading. I don't remember. Where I said, oddly, it makes you happy. But you just have this, you know, there's this frustration. There's this build. I waited for so fucking long. I'm past. Right? It's a bit of that. Okay? It is what it is. Do what you want to do. Just make sure that's what you want to do. This is going to play, I've pulled on a high-level soulmate here. But this is going to play out on varying levels in your life with varying people and varying situations. Jupiter in Leo is a year-long ride. I'm not pulling here in this soulmate thing on for the whole year of it. I wouldn't divine that far out. People make free will decisions, micro decisions they're sometimes called, and it would mess the whole I mean, quite frankly, you go out further than 2 or 3 weeks and it gets very inaccurate because people they watch the reading, they second guess what you said, they second guess what they do because of what you said, and they fuck the reading up inadvertently. You know, it'd be better if they didn't think about it. If they watch the reading and then wash it the way I do. I do it and I get rid of it. I don't even remember most of it. Bits and pieces stick. But the ones that stick are very important, the parts that stick. What I said over here about how it makes you happy, that's stuck from another reading. That's important. That's powerful enough to survive my washing, right? Which is basically beer and orange and some sage. And me telling the universe, I don't want this energy, get it the fuck away from me, which I'm very good at. All right? That being said, my stop it technique. Let's pull 3 more cards from the universe. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Before we do that, you know what? I was going to do the soulmate part last, but I won't. Let's grab the light seer. Big light seer. Randomly at the bottom, Knight of Pentacles. Here we go. Let's pull on your connection real quick, and then I'll clarify it with the little light seer. Okay? And then we'll pull 3 cards from the universe. Well, you're getting a big read today, aren't you? My God. All right, here we go. I don't have anything else to do. All right, here we go. Give me the connection here. Not everybody goes to the extended, and I'm not going to leave you hanging. All right? I don't hold my readings hostage. But I am eager to get to the extended on this one. We started with look, I got a problem here. All right, I do. Not you, me. We started with the Seven of Swords. Why the fuck are we here? Seven Swords, mild devil energy. Where's the fucking devil? He should have been here. Is not. Maybe he lives in all of this. I don't mean it in a bad way with the devil. I just mean this person, it feels, there's some reason you react with that Eight of Cups. You react that way for a reason. There's something, I feel it here. It's something, it's something picking at you, prickling at you, right? All right, let's see where we go. We'll find out. All right, let's go. Your connection. It's the barn owl. Right over here. Page of Swords. Disappointment is around it. Surrounding this connection is disappointment. I can dig it. Jupiter's in Leo. This fucker thinks because you're soulmates, you're going to just take them back every fucking time. They feel like they can't lose. You're like, oh yeah, motherfucker? Let me show you how you can lose. I'll show you lose. You want to see lose? Here's lose. Right? Three Swords. Yeah, this connection fucked you up. It did. Three Swords crossed by the Page of Swords. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. And it was something you wanted. I got 9 cups here. What happened? Well, you know what happened. It played out. And they lied about their cookware. And they gave you chicken that was under a light. And they half-assed research soulmates. Again, don't take me literally. Just catch my drift. You know where I'm coming from here. All right? It's not rocket science. All right, Three of Swords. Tell me about Kurt Cobain and pain. Or Peppermint Patty. I don't want to alienate anybody. All right, let's go. Let's see where we're at. I'm an equal opportunity card throwing jackass. All right, Three of Swords. Let's see where we go. So it's disappointing. It's caused nothing but strife, Steve. This person is nothing but strife. That's what you'd say to me. They're nothing but strife. But I'm glad I found you because of them, Steve. Yeah. In my dreams, that's what you'd say. Right? It'd probably be phrased, but I have to watch these fucking readings, Steve. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Now, I don't blame you. I'm with you. I am with you. Nothing but conflict. What did I say? I said strife. Right? Strife. That's strife. 5 wands. Crossing it. I got nothing good on this connection. And you wonder where the devil is. He's still not here. I don't know. He might be at the top of the deck. Do you think? I got 2 more cards to pull. I don't know. Let's see. Nope. 9 cups and the death card. Round and round. Nothing but strife. And yet, you're happy to see this person because they somehow, through all of this, even when you're here, even when you're disappointed, even when you realize they got shitty cookware and chicken that's it's just not right, and they wear a paper hat. It's what you want. This person if I'm to use the term ticking boxes, this person ticks the fucking boxes. But the one box they don't tick is the one that ticks you off, right? I mean, oh, God. Okay. That's your connection. Is it a symbiotic connection? Is it a big connection? I don't know. There's too many people watching for that, but this I can tell you. Be careful about dismissing this person. I would advise against it. Okay? I would let this play out if they show up. Do this during Jupiter in Leo. Do this with all connections and situations in your life. Just let them play out. Steal a little bit of their confidence that nothing will go wrong. The universe has my back. I'm fine. Right? Have a little blind faith and blind courage yourself just to let things play out. For the next year, I'm just saying this reading's only divined out about a month, maybe 6 weeks tops. But for the next year, while Jupiter is transiting Leo, try to let as much stuff as possible play out. In my experience with Jupiter Leo, you gain the most from it. You have the most fun from it. Okay? All right. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. I mean, I agreed to go on a game show, which was like, what? But I was curious. I wanted to let it play out. We'll see where we go. 9 cups at the bottom. 9 cups right there. I showed it to you twice. Okay? The final message to you, this is your 9 cups person. This person has the ability, whoever came in for this reading, There's a lot playing out in your life. Just let it play out. We already talked about that. But this person, this high-level soulmate, pisses you off and strife and thinks you could always give them chances, actually has the ability to give you 9 cups, to emotionally fulfill you. There's the Knight of Cups. There's the Moon. But hell, if you'd know it, again, and underneath that is the Queen of Pentacles. Just give this a chance to fail. I didn't even need these. I already talked about it while I was shuffling. It's everything I said. When they show up, and they probably will, or somebody will in this energy, something always happens with Jupiter and Leo. There's no doubt about that. Don't react this way. All right? 9 of Swords is nonsense. Try to find a way to look at it as, well, this is happening. This is what's happening, right? This is where I am. This is who's here in front of me. Let's see what happens. You also have the ability to have blind courage. All right, so make sure you do. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. I'll take it. Tell you what, I can't wait to pull it. I'm very excited. I may even charge myself. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.